Yeah, when I asked him to play some Jimi Hendrix for me before, he couldn't do it. Anyway. Alright, so, welcome again to another episode of DLFTv. I am DLF, your host. And in the studio today, the actual studio, I have Jim Anderson. Mr. Anderson! How you doing, Jim?
Good.
So, everybody by now knows the format. I have 10 basic questions from James Lipton's Enter the Actor's Studio, or whatever that show is called. And we just have a little chit-chat, and he brought a guitar. So he actually might play for us. Jim and I met 6-7 years ago. It was at a birthday party. It was at a kid's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
It was my kid.
Right. Right.
And I can't remember how we came about finding out that we were both musicians.
You handed me your business card.
Oh, that probably would do it.
Yeah.
It does say musician on
Right.
the card. Yeah. And he was like, oh, I play. So
I try.
we've kind of been hanging out ever since, trying to get some stuff going, and, you know, Mr. Busy over here. Just found out that Jim is engaged. Congratulations. So, yeah, so we've been hanging out and playing music for about 6 years or so, I guess, and he finally graced me with his presence this evening to come in for an interview. So, as always, people don't like the first 10 questions, which are always the written ones. Don't look.
Okay.
Don't look.
I'm not. Is there more after the first 10? Or?
Well, that usually spawns off.
Okay.
You know, and Jim promised, yeah, I'm just making sure all my cameras are on. Jim promised to tell us about his childhood in depth. So, go grab some popcorn.
That's right. Year by year.
So, let's just get into it. Alright, the first question is, what's your favorite word?
Tractor. That was the first word I said.
Tractor.
So
it wasn't mommy or daddy, it was tractor.
Yeah, it was tractor. Yeah.
Huh. Alright.
That's what I started
Did you play with tractors?
Apparently I was obsessed with them as
Were
a
you
child.
Tonka toys? That's all you... And it's funny that you're not, you know, like, not in construction or anything. You're an electrician.
Right, yeah. Well, I grew up in the backwoods of central New York.
Oh.
And there was many tractors around, so I guess...
Tractor.
Yeah, that was my first word.
What a disappointment to your parents. Not mommy or daddy, but
Yeah,
tractor.
yeah, that was it. So I guess I'll stick with that as my favorite.
Alright, well then what's your least favorite word?
Oh man, bankruptcy, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know.
That's something nobody wants to be in.
Right.
Bankruptcy.
I'm trying to think. A famine?
Famine?
I don't like famine. Cancer.
Cancer, yeah, those are all
okay. Any more?
I just asked for one. I just asked for one.
Right.
Was it pestilence?
Pestilence.
Pestilence. Nice.
Alright.
That's fine. So, what turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally? I generally tend, since you're a musician,
Right.
I usually ask, so, like, what's your creative process? Because it's different for all of us. It's like, for me, it's like, I could be walking down the street, and all of a sudden, just the way I'm walking kind of gives me kind of like a little rhythm.
Right.
And that kind of gets me going in my head, and then I'll speak it into my phone or whatever, and then I'll get back here or whatever. Or actually, on my phone now, I can start beats and stuff on my phone.
Oh, that's cool.
Sometimes, not so much, well, a little bit more these days, but back in my 20s, I used to write a lot of lyrics, because I was in a band, and I was the lead singer, and I was the lyricist, so words were the things that motivated my creativity back then. They're starting to do it a little more. But, like, what for you, like, what's your creative process? And if you want to answer spiritually or emotionally, you can too.
Yeah, we'll stick with the music since it's based on music.
This isn't a therapy session, by the way.
I know.
But,
don't get me started. Let's see. What motivates me musically would be emotion. Just sometimes I have trouble expressing my emotions any other way, so musically is one way to get it out.
Oh, most definitely.
So I could say that would be what motivates me, you know.
Yeah.
And hopefully I, make that happen.
Maybe that's why I'm so happy now. Maybe that's why I don't write good music. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, life's so good that.
Well, that's why I stopped writing lyrics. Life is good. I don't have anything to say. I just do instrumentals.
That's right.
But yeah, it's like one of my favorite songs that I've ever written is called "Love Is Nothing." And when you listen to the lyrics, it's not like I'm bashing love. It's just like I'm very pissed off because of this one particular woman who was like, hey, I'm your gal, and you should be with me because all these other women are treating you like crap. And I'm like, okay, and then once we get together, she starts treating me like crap. So it's like, it's not really love is nothing. Love is nothing to her, and that's what I'm conveying to her. So yeah, emotion. I can definitely relate to that.
Right.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes. So what turned you off creatively, or emotionally, or spiritually?
I would say commercialism. I'm not a big fan of commercialism. So
you probably don't like the stuff that's on the radio too much today.
Right.
Exactly. One of the things I can't stand, I'm talking an awful lot. I apologize. If you want me to shut up, just tell me.
You're doing great.
I'm just like, now I'm thinking.
Doing good.
Am I doing well? Am I doing well? Thank you. It's like one of the things that really ticked me off about today's music is that, everybody's sampling old stuff.
Right.
And I know I'm older than you, but like stuff we used to listen to.
Right.
And I'm like, my kids are like, wow, did you hear that new song? I'm like, that ain't no new song. And then I actually pull up the old song, and they're like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Right.
But it's like, that whole commercial, don't mention Justin Bieber. And, as a matter of fact, I can't believe, I'm going to slap myself later for mentioning Justin Bieber in this studio, but...
I didn't mention it.
Yeah, it's just, music today, just, some of it is pretty decent, but a lot of it isn't. And it kind of saddens me that kids today just, they love that crap. And I try to go back and I go, well, when we were kids, we were in love with a bunch of different stuff. Was that crap? And it's like, no. I mean, because you're still hearing it on the radio today.
Right, yeah.
20, 30 years later.
Right.
So, all right, I'll shut up now. This is your interview, not mine. So, you were saying?
Well, it just seems like there's a market out there that's all built like a cookie cutter sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it at this moment, but they kind of construct superstars or whatever, and there's nothing real about them. It's just it's, I don't know. But
yeah.
That's not good.
One hit wonders kind of
right,
thing.
yeah, exactly. There's no soul behind it. There's no, a lot of times they don't even write their own music anymore. There's all these bands that, there might be some great songwriters that help make the song in the beginning, but then, they have this person that's got the right look or whatever. And,
yeah, it's all about look.
Right. So it just doesn't feel real.
I think American Idol kind of had a little something.
American Idol is definitely a good example. And that was kind of like the beginning of the downfall, if not. It was part of it anyway. I don't know if it was the beginning, but certainly it didn't help.
Yeah. Damn TV.
That's right.
Anyway, what sound do you love or hate? Or noise, or...
Sound as in general, or music sound?
Music sound, sounds of babies laughing, screeching cars, it's, just...
Not as much.
Just
sound do I love? I don't know. It's a tough question.
Right now, and again, I apologize. I am very chatty today. I don't know why. It's probably because I haven't seen Jim in a while.
I appreciate it, because
I haven't seen Jim in a while, so I'm just like... But, for me, with the kids being home this summer, silence is what I love.
Sounds good. Sounds came to my head. But.
Yeah, it's I gotta tell you, especially with two boys close in age, and at the age where they just don't want anything to do with each other. It's like, well, your boys are the same
age.
Yeah. So it's like, it's 1 minute it's like, hey, we can play together, and the next minute it's like, all right, get away from me.
Right. So whining would probably be a good word of what I don't like.
What you don't like?
Yeah,
whining.
A sound I don't like there.
There you go. I like that.
There was an album by Lou Reed called Metal Sounds. I don't know if you ever heard of that album. It's from the 70s, and it's like this high pierce feedback sound through the whole album. It's like an hour long feedback, and it's about Lou Reed.
Yeah.
So I don't like that sound.
He was a druggie.
I love Lou Reed, but I don't love that album.
Lou Reed was from Rochester, New York.
Oh.
University of Rochester. Thank you very much.
I have it on my iPod.
He was
I will never listen to it.
Lead singer of Foreigner, right?
No, he was from Velvet Underground.
Velvet Underground. You sure?
Yeah, 100%.
I have to look that up.
Lou Reed.
To the Google!
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
We can edit that out.
A lot of people don't like answering this question only because they want to act like they're all like goody two shoes on film. But what's your favorite curse word? I don't curse. As a matter of fact,
I know my mom gonna watch this.
Luke chapter 3, verse.
Favorite curse word? I guess it would be hell.
Hell.
Oh, hell. That's a safe one.
It's a safe one. See, see, when the cameras are going to be off, and I'll have one somewhere hidden where he didn't see it. It's going to be like my real favorite.
You're going to make me stub my toe.
Wait, here, can you hold this hot metal plate for me?
Here's some fresh McDonald's coffee.
Right.
Right, there we go.
If there was any other profession other than, I guess, since you're an electrician and a musician, any professions other than those, what would you like to try your hat at? Your hat. See how I put that in there? This was given to me by Walter Lee Freisen, by the way. Thanks, Dad.
Nice. Another profession? I'd say radiology or something.
Radiology?
Yeah, just
wow, that's like way on the other end.
Yeah, well, I was talking about it earlier. I'm like, they made ridiculous money. So
they do.
That's why. I made that comment earlier today.
But do they have as much fun as we do?
I don't know. Well, I'm happy being a musician. So,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do they have as much?
Probably not. But it would certainly help me to.
It's like, wow, that X-ray looks really cool.
Right.
Really?
Right. It would help me to buy more guitars.
There you go.
That's all.
Yeah. And on the other end of that, what profession do you want nothing to do with?
Well, I was in the Navy. I wouldn't want to go back.
That's right. You did a little stint in the Navy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I wouldn't want to be a aviation boatswain's mate.
How long were you in the Navy?
Just 4 years.
4 years? Just 4 years.
Just 4 years.
It was a life sentence.
It felt like it. Sad times. But, I mean, I wasn't, I worked on aircraft or whatever, but...
Nice.
But, yeah, I mean, they just have a terrible job, and they work, 20 hours a day.
We lost some light.
Yeah.
Very good.
So that would be something I wouldn't want to do.
What made you go into the Navy?
Well, I wanted to get college money.
See, I should have done that. ROTC?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I should have done that.
That's why I joined.
Plus
the patriotism.
Well, I was also part of the University of Rochester Yellow Jackets. I know they're really popular these days. Thanks to the group that I was in when I was in the university back in the 80s. That's another story for my own interview. But there were a bunch of guys that were in ROTC, and a couple Air Force guys and a couple of Navy guys, and they were kind of doing the same thing, but they actually made a career of it. Like, I think a couple of them already retired and stuff like that. But yeah, it was always something because I put myself through. Here I go again, talking.
That's fine.
I put myself through college with the help of my mom got student loans and I got student loans.
Right.
So I was like, during that time, I was like, yeah, maybe I should do the ROTC thing and get it paid for too. But I was never Army material, so I just decided not to. I was actually bigger than I am now, so I didn't think I
think you could have joined the Navy.
Oh, really?
They don't seem to worry as much about...
There you go. Navy for lard asses.
That's right. They don't seem to worry as much as the Marines about the health thing.
Really?
Yeah. Unless you're Special Forces or something.
Oh, well, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL.
Oh, yeah. You might have problems with that.
Yeah. It was like, oh, no, I have to jump out this plane and get just ate a pizza.
That's right. That's why I didn't become one.
Well, you have your guitar here. Do you want to play us a little something? Anything you're working on, or?
Yeah, well, I'm writing music all the time now. I'm playing in a band now, so.
Ooh,
yeah, I'm in a band. So, I mean, I could play a bit of something that I've written for the band that we, is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. You play whatever you want. This is your interview.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it turns out.
Question for you.
Okay.
And that question is, when you get to heaven and God's there, greeting you at the gate.
St. Peter too.
St. Peter too. Well, no, he gave St. Peter a day off.
Oh, okay.
It's just God.
All right.
What would you like him to say?
Well done. You're not going to hell. How about that?
Welcome.
Yeah, you just made it, but good job.
By the skin of
you
your
barely
teeth.
made it.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people say they want him to say "well done."
Right. Yeah.
A lot of other people said, "Yeah, come on in, grab yourself a water and follow me."
Right. Great.
So, all right. Yeah. Well, is there anything else you'd like to tell the people watching about your music, about yourself, about?
Can I do a plug or?
Yeah.
Be
You're gonna do a plug though. Look into one of the cameras.
Oh, okay. How about this one? Is that right or which one?
Doesn't matter.
You okay?
Yeah, look. Nah, it doesn't matter. Which one? Whichever
All
one.
right. www.houseandhomemusic.com.
All right. What is that for?
I'm in a band called House and Home.
Oh, okay.
And that's our website. And we're on Facebook.
Generally want to tell people what the...
And so the music is folk rock, indie sort of sound.
Sweet.
Kind of a mix between the indie, scene and the folk scene.
Cool.
Bob Dylan meets modern music or whatever, basically.
Very cool. All right.
Thank you.
And DLF is now a certified web designer, so I will be going to that site to see if they need some help.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, thank you, Jim, for coming into the studio.
Thank you.
And having a little interview for DLFTv. This is DLF, your host, and we're signing off. Take care, guys.
See ya.
You want to play us out?
Sure.
It's like, if I have to.